Okay. I'm gonna just play random demos until I pass out. The first of which is Annihilated, which, as far as I can tell, is a psychological horror RPG dungeon crawler thing, but with cards. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, it captured immediately. Wait, hold up. How? I didn't know. Not. Alright, it's very loud. Hold up. It's a Japanese. Uh-oh. Is the game even in English? I mean, this part is in English. I don't know if I'll be able to play this. Is this volume? What is this? Nope, that was not volume. Text, I think this is text speed. This is volume. Apply? Okay, now how do I make it... Oh boy. Is there like windowed full screen? Oh? Alright. If this isn't in English, we're like kind of out of luck. Because I won't be able to read the cards and see what they do at all. But the concept of the game seemed interesting. It's like a bunch of heroes in a dungeon who have lost... No! Is there like an English language option that I cannot read? Oh, this is so sad. This is tragic. Oh, this is so unfortunate. I don't know what any of these things are. Oh, man. I was looking forward to this game. This game looked really interesting. Unfortunately... Alright, hold up. Actually, let me... Is the... Oh, I didn't mean to hit exit. We might not be able to play Annihilated. Normally it says... Like, I see the Steam page as English. Is there... Am I... How do I read... How do I Japanese? Hold up. Let me put this in... images.google.com. Maybe it will translate for me. No, translate.google. The only thing I ever go to. It's not. Language Japanese. Oh, it's right here! Alright. Thank you. Google Translate. I was like, the Steam page had, like, English in it, so... It normally tells you if it's not in English. Everywhere I look is absolute hell. Nothing but hell. Hunks of flesh from my allies are splattered everywhere. I feel like throwing up. There's nothing left to throw up. We choose which hero. I'm all empty. I guess it's... okay. I'm understanding. And yet, even now, these eyes, these ears strain desperately for a path to survival. They remain alert to ensure I don't miss the slightest change. faintest presence. That's how I spot it. A physical manifestation of slaughter surging towards me. I dodge. Oh, that's a cute way to choose the protagonist's gender. I tried dodging to the left. But somebody shoves me out of the way. And with a squishing, squelching sound, the person collapsed before me is swallowed up by the quivering redness. It was the sight of a life vanishing so abruptly. Strangely, the scene unfolded like a mirror reflecting my own fate. That's how it felt. It could have been me standing there. Why did I think that? Splattered by the spray of crimson, I finally regained my senses. I remember who I am. I am a member of a squad that set out in search of the hero's party. Another pitiful victim who dared challenge the labyrinth of the dead. No, I'm not dead yet. Maybe it's too early to call me a victim. Right, I best stay calm and remember my name. My name is Cavil. It's okay. I know it. I can still think straight. As I remember to breathe, the warmth returns to my fingertips. I force my eyes, which had been staring transfixed, to shut tightly. I look away from what has already ended, now meeting the gaze of the foe before me. I've got to press on, sword in hand. I move my legs, the one part of me I can still control. The scraping sound of something being dragged mixed with wet squelching echoes. It sounds as horrible as rotten vegetables being mashed up in a box. Narrowing my dull eyes, I strain to take in the sight before me. Its form remains unchanged, shining with a bloody, deep crimson gleam. When destroyed, effect becomes ×2. Target ally, 15 health. The number of times this weapon can be used. When the weapon only one use left, the weapon will break and disappear. If the weapon has a destruction effect, it will trigger upon breaking. So I did see that there's like a timing element to this. So you play the card, and then you need to swing it in the thing to deal damage. It's like a Legend Dragoon, or I guess like Expedition 36 also has like a timing mechanic. Oh, they have stamina and breakbar. Amid the enemy's shatter remains a silver gleam. Amid the it's still everything's in character apparently. There's no narrator. Amid the enemy's shattered remains, a silver gleam catches my eye. It's the sword that struck me down. The hilt now pointed towards me. The memory still burns in my sight. I wipe away the blur of tears and blood, fixing my gaze ahead. The blade, buried deep, seems to beckon me, crying out, "Draw me now!" Shriek. When carrying fewer than 2 times dexterity divided by 10 items, usable. So it's not cards necessarily, because I don't shuffle a deck. It's just the cards are my skills, I guess. This weapon can seize an enemy's item. When in the backline, cannot be used. So I get it in here. I get bonus. Here lies the line of fate. Deal 6 damage. Seize !!! Sword. You wrench the weapon free and send the foe flying. There is a narrator. As the blade is torn from the shapeless entrails, a shrill, agonized scream splits the darkness. What? Why is it you and then my? There is not a narrator. I think it's just a translation issue. My vision blurs. Every step, every fight
has strained me. I'm on the verge of collapse. But I can't give in. I have to hold on. I want to live.
Belt slime, 6 damage. Ooh, text was so fast.
I pour what feels like a cursed devotion into this blade. There's no other way. The sword may shatter, but for now...
Switch to item break mode. Switch between normal use and break after next use modes for items. Breaking an item often triggers a bonus effect, so when supplies are ample, switching to this mode can be advantageous in battle. When destroyed, effect becomes ×2. Raises the sword. Dealt slime, 40. Out of sword. You gain 1 XP. Slime was defeated. All enemies defeated. Victory. You gain 10 XP. Says narrator?
Battle's over. The empty space rings with the sound of a shattering sword and the sickening squish of the red thing being hacked to a pulp. Nothing else in the area moves. Thank you. In the depths of my heart, this is what I whisper. Alone? It's just me in this world. The shattered sword and red things scattered about don't have words for me. The silence is so profound it hurts. I'm helplessly lonely, I thought to myself. Oh, hold on. I have to think positively. Maybe I can find a hero. The sole hope any of us have.
Oh! It's only so upbeat. Who's the warrior? Is this the warrior? Looks like the warrior.
1, 2, 4, with the Great One as my witness. I'm the sole survivor. I drag my battered body onward. Finally, I arrive at the deepest part of the dungeon. Wait, are you playing cards? Hey, what are you doing? The mage's dim blue gaze pierces through my soul. They're the eyes of one who's completely given up. I can't help but wither under that stare. Playing cards. Doubt, to be exact. Incorrect. As promised to the Great One, no falsehoods may pass these lips. I was just explaining what we're doing to our strange guest here. Appearing dissatisfied, the mage gathers up the piles of cards and lets out a deep sigh. Such a scene is inconceivable in the labyrinth of death. Yet, it is so. You should join us. Here, I'll deal you in. I find myself approaching the group, still groggy. Here, in the gloom of these catacombs, utterly alone and in the depths of despair, the lively gathering instilled a sense of security in me, like what you'd get from the gentle flicker of a campfire. Are you the hero's party? Those blue eyes look up at me, deep like the ocean, sparkling like the starry sky, and yet somehow entirely devoid of life. Yes! Despite the energy of that resounding reply, I can't shake the initial impression from my head. Another thing, the cards I received are not in numerical order. Some are even sideways. I tidy them up with a forced smile. I decide to see what the group has to say over the next couple of cards. There are people here with me in this dark dungeon now. Sure, the situation is not exactly normal, but it's reassuring regardless. Do you know the rules of doubt? Well, can't you tell me about what's going on here first? Despite answering the mage's question with a question, I nod yes. I'm familiar with at least the rules. If we're talking card games, there are others that come to mind first. Doubt, one of the many card games out there. The game involves adding numbers to the pile in numerical order from the hand you're dealt. If you have the next number in your hand, that's great. But if you don't, you play another number like it's the one you need. In other words, you have to lie when placing the card down. How nice. In that case, you can go first.
Oh. Man. I don't need cheap viewers.
The mage says this as if nothing is wrong. You'd hear the mage's sad soul trying to keep this absolutely insane situation going. You're a mage. I was a mage. The next number is 5, by the way. Was? 5. I find a 5 card in my hand and place it on the floor. I can't use magic anymore, so I amuse myself with card games now. In the depths of this labyrinth? Well, not like I can leave. The mage's dry laughter rattles through the darkness. Yeah, I suppose a mage without magic might have trouble getting out. But this is the hero's party. It's not like the mage is alone here. You're up next, priest. With the Great One as my witness, 6. Okay, then 6 it is. Indeed, for I cannot lie to the Almighty. Beside the priest, the mage sighs and shrugs. Priests didn't used to be like this. Is a devout priest not a good thing? As long as they've got the correct one. Going by appearances, the looks is every bit the model priest. Is something the matter? Are you perhaps interested in the wonders of my master, the Great One? No. I shake my head. Internal changes are more frightening than external ones. It's like meeting a friend after a long time, only to find out they've become a monster. I can tell by the priestess' eyes. This is bad. The next turn is mine! Come on, let's do it! The next player rips a card out of their hand and slams it down on the pile. But contrary to the actions, their face doesn't move in the slightest. Not even the mouth, which should be speaking. Funnily enough, you used to be able to read the face like an open book. The warrior was the absolute worst. I'm invincible! Good for you for staying positive. The hand that slams down the card is not a human one. I can see the seams no normal flesh should have, and each joint is rounded like a perfect sphere. The haphazard bends in the warrior's legs also give it way. This guy is a doll from head to toe. If you have any logical thinking abilities, you can guess who he is by process of elimination. For the sake of introductions, this is the warrior. That's a lie. You're supposed to say doubt if you think someone's lying. No! A hand picks a card at random and slaps it onto the pile. The rule is you have to say the number, okay? It was 7 before, so this would be 8. Mage lets out a deep sigh. You know, they were never the sharpest bunch, especially compared to me. They were never this dense. They could at least handle a simple game of cards. The mage's eyes narrowed, as if the mage was reminiscing the past. I guess it wasn't a bad journey up until this point. Actually, maybe I should take that back about the warrior. We'd lose big every time. I'm the strongest! More like the weakest. I bet you can't even swing a sword right with that clunky body of yours. This exchange must have played out countless times on the way here. With a motion that seems to contain all of resignation, the mage lays down a card. The final card. A hero who's lost the marbles. The mage. A hero who's lost the marbles. A warrior who's lost the strength to swing a sword. A priest who's lost the faith. And then me, a mage who's lost the magic. We're annihilated. There's no getting out of this place for us. 9. Doubt. Sorry, but it's true. I'll show you. The mage flips over the card to reveal a 9. Sure, everything else the mage said was also true. Otherwise, they wouldn't be playing cards in a place like this. And so I win. At least that part hasn't changed. No doubt about it. What the hell is going on? I grip the cards tighter, my mind racing with questions. Why cards of all things? Is the hero's party really acting like none of this matters? When the game ended, the 4 of them vanished deeper into the dungeon, leaving me standing there, stunned. The words still echo in my head, and yet the mage swore every bit of it was true. A few scraps of explanation between rounds of cards weren't nearly enough to explain what I just witnessed. The mage losing all magic? The hero unable to speak? What's that supposed to mean? And the warrior, glass eyes, ball joints. It is a dull indeed. Oh, no use panicking now. I need answers. But from who?
The priest is the one who interests me the most. I love like the priest to like an eldritch horror abomination, which is the vibes I'm getting. They're also technically the most communicative and the one who technically seems to only be able to speak the truth. So, priest.
I decide to talk to the priest. If anyone here might strike a chord with me, it isn't obvious from those eyes. The priest feels utterly alien. At the same time, the priest is still the type who sat down to play cards with us. Cooperative, at least. That counts for something. I need to talk to you about what comes next. At my words, the priest's gaze rolls towards me. The pupils spiral inward in tight rings as if they could pull a person down into them. Of course. Allow me to reveal the signs of fate. The blessed path of devotion to the Great One. The priest speaks with a sickly cheer. The Great One, the true deity who we are meant to worship, has already come to this place. This Great One tests us and makes a choice. I am chosen. I am the one saved. Yet pity that my Great One is trapped now. So, I must give everything for the Great One. Praise be to the Great One, in the name of... I replay that moment in my head, over and over. No. Absolutely not. I didn't catch the one's name, and something in me screams not to ask. I force myself to change the subject. What happened to everyone? Let me tell you how we were saved. The priest's words bristle with fervor. Still, I don't want to hear another sermon about the Great One. But maybe listening could offer something useful. Please, speak. My reply may mean nothing. The priest doesn't care whether I listen, and just begins to talk. We came to this dungeon searching for the legendary blade. The priest's sentences wander and stutter. But this man witnessed it all. Out of the absurdity, the priest's account might be the nearest thing to truth. Maybe. The priest starts to tell the tale. The priest said the hero's party challenged the dungeon for that last sliver of hope. They followed the legend of a sword's head to be able to fell the Demon King, and pressed on to the deepest reaches. The moment the hero's hand touched the blade, the dungeon's deadliest trap triggered. Probably some enchantment is bound to that sword. Horrific magic poured from the blade, sapping the strength of the men who let their guard down. At that moment, the lurking monsters and the shadows that controlled them surged like an avalanche. They first ambushed the mage, driving a stake through her heart. Her heart? Guy? His?
I actually don't know the gender of the priest. I'm gonna assume female. But like long-haired male priest is also possible. They have used like he, him for him and like guys so far, but this is the first time they've said her. Oh wait, the mage. I'm lost. It is a guy. The mage is a girl.
They first ambushed the mage, driving a stake through her heart, cowardly and cruel. Then the one who wielded the greatsword crushed the warrior outright with overwhelming force. And the girl? She turned the fallen warrior into a doll. Up to here, I can still follow his account. But then... And at that moment, our savior appeared. Our great one revealed the mighty, reviving the fallen heroes. The radiance was unforgettable. The towering form, awe-inspiring. Oh, surely we were guided here to meet the Great One. Ah! From this point, the tale becomes hard to swallow. In truth, there weren't the monsters the priest describes at the dungeon's heart. Maybe someone helped the party at the last minute, driving the creatures off for a while. That seems more plausible. The priest chooses words with theatrical flourish. Perhaps that's just his manner. Some of what the priest says conflicts with the mage's version.
We haven't heard the mage's version. Continuity error?
Is it a lie? I let the priest keep lauding the Great One while my mind drifts. Can we leave this place? They are not whole, but they are alive. They are the hero's party. I cling to that small fact like a rope. Leave here? A piece of cake. The priest's voice is almost breezy. It is the opposite of the mage's panic. The priest's hope feels wrong and deep and dark all at once. The power of the Great One will protect us. Whether we stay or go, nothing changes. Offer up the scattered flesh outside, speak with the Great One as I do. Come. Join me. The priest tilts the head and lifts the hand towards me. The priest's spiraled eyes narrow like trapdoors closing. Is the priest talking about offering our fallen companions as a sacrifice? Is this a grotesque ritual?
Review stomp it.
No, that is impossible. I reflexively shoved the priest's hand away. Oh, you lack true devotion. You will not leave then. The priest's warped chuckle hangs in the air. Madness sits in the priest's words. The kind of faith he wears now is not gentle. It has turned fierce and hollow. I thought lights in my mind, sudden and unwelcome. Maybe, in this pit of despair, the only thing that can save me is a madness as deep as the abyss.
I do love the aesthetic of the priest. I love like priests to like mad gods.
What do you normally eat? Do you live here? There's nothing much around, and I don't see any food. I ask carefully. Talking to this priest, twisted by faith and madness, drains me. The priest's presence presses on my mind like a weight. No matter. Fasting is an offering to the Great One. So, no food then. I sigh in disappointment. This place isn't livable. Better to leave and find a way out. Don't be so downcast. Fasting connects you to the divine, letting you truly glimpse the Great One. That sounds more like a hunger-fueled hallucination. And yet, the priest seems entirely untethered from reality. You misunderstand the meaning of faith. Of course I don't. I shake my head frantically. Did I slip up earlier? Was my face too telling? I have to be careful. One wrong move, and the priest could lash out at me, screaming, "How dare you deny my great one," and kill me. Faith is the force that pulls people from the abyss. It's a lifeline, a despair, a crutch for fragile souls. I think people like you are the ones who need the Great One's shelter most. The priestess' saccharine whisper makes my skin crawl. It lures like a step towards a bottomless pit, swaying with madness. I look away. Yes, I am fragile. What do we do next? There really no way all 5 of us could leave together? I throw the question at the priest. Of course they could have escaped on their own. I thought maybe our situation could be similar. I wouldn't mind an escort with you, a 2-person journey toward the dungeon's exit. What do you mean by that? The priest's dead-eyed gaze pins me. My faint smile reflects in his pupil. 2 people face the danger together, challenge the death traps, fight the monsters, and empty their lives. Only in such despair does one truly hunger for the Great One and to feel the divine. I want to save you. I will smooth every worry from you, wipe fear from your eyes, erase the tremor from your limbs. For that, you must feel the Great One. A thought slips in. It would be so easy to drift along, to give everything up and surrender to this mad redemption. It would feel so light, so blissful, and at the same time unbearably terrifying. Goodbye. I turn and run, as if fleeing the weakness inside me. But from who?
I kind of want to play the game, but I also like talking to characters. I also feel like this demo is going to take me all night, and then I'm not going to finish it. But I will talk to everyone.
I turn to the warrior. During the card game, everyone else wore deadpan faces, but the warrior always looked cheerful. Maybe I'll hear something positive from the warrior. I need to talk to you about what comes next. Well... The warrior stares blankly at the reflection in the water. The warrior's face is motionless, giving nothing away. I noticed what I should have realized earlier. This is probably a doll's body. A true warrior relies on strength to survive the battlefield. Someone told me the warrior lost the sword-wielding flesh. It seems the warrior's soul was ripped from that battle-hardened body and sealed into this fragile doll. The thought alone makes my skin crawl. Look at me! Am I not super cute? Huh? Seriously, look, I'm adorable! The warrior pokes and prods itself. For a second, I breathe easier. Maybe this won't be so bad. So, I was thinking... Then the warrior's movements give me a bad feeling. Like a child fascinated by a toy, flipping it over and examining every seam. How detailed did they make this doll? Stop! Warrior, please! I scramble to stop the warrior from lifting the clothes. Surprisingly, the warrior is much weaker than I expected. I managed to restrain the warrior easily. The warrior's power is gone. He lost some strength, huh? That's inconvenient. The warrior clicks the tongue, but the face remains expressionless. Perhaps I shouldn't have stopped the warrior. The calm with which the warrior examines the doll body is almost terrifying. You came here for a reason, didn't you? Spit it out. I won't let go just because you try to change the subject. Not happening. I hold the warrior fast. At this distance, my reflection stares back at me from the glassy eyes. Time to decide what to ask. Sure, the face is kind of cute, but inside, not so much. Still, maybe that makes this easier. What's going on here? Alright, first things first. What happened here? It all makes sense now. The hero's party was annihilated, and every one of them seems to have lost something essential. What happened? I turned to a doll. End of story. That's it? Come on, I need details. Why are you like this? Who did this to you? Explaining crap ain't my thing. Fine. This body just changed all of a sudden. Got knocked down, someone waved a hand, everything spun, and next thing I knew, I was stuck in this. My old body was lying right there in front of me. The warrior's soul was dragged from the flesh and crammed into this shell. The how is still a blur and the warrior doesn't really understand it either. As for the enemy, probably my ex-fiancé. She could use a little magic back then. Guess she leveled up. Arms creaking, bones snapping. But I knew the second I saw her. Hold on. You had a fiancé? Uh-huh. She's damn strong though. I got no clue why she turned into that thing. If she wanted revenge, fine. But stealing my body? What's she gonna do with it? Man, if only she'd drop a legendary blade instead. I can't believe this slacker ever had a fiancé. Still, the facts line up. The ex-fiancé turns into a monster, transforms the warrior into a doll, and makes up with his body. What does that even mean? No idea. I give up trying to make sense of it. Is it really safe to stay? Staying in the damp, dark hole like this is pointless. You planning to do anything here? Become a mushroom? Pass. I've got no interest in turning into one. Then go outside, simple as that. Go out, and if you suddenly feel like becoming a mushroom, you can always come back. Pretty sure that's never gonna happen. But out there is worse. Saying go outside is easier than doing it. Outside is a dungeon built from the blood and bodies of our companions. It reeks of death. This is the world beyond, the one I barely crawled out of. Staying here isn't a plan, but throwing ourselves into the unknown might be worse. Which is the wiser choice? I can't tell. Don't overthink it. Overthinking gets you stuck. If you want something, or if something needs doing, then you go. The rest we'll figure out on the way. And if we die, or run into something worse than death, I can't help but wonder. Everyone here, including the warrior, has probably suffered worse than death. So how can the warrior manage to stay so optimistic? Then we die moving forward. If we live, we keep moving until we can't anymore. The rest, we deal with it when there's nothing left to deal with. Absurd. In the middle of despair, that blunt optimism feels almost like a method. What do we do now? So, what now? What else? We go out. Yeah, I'm weak. Pathetic, really. Then I'll get strong again. Then, I'll be adorable and unstoppable. A laugh bubbles up from me. In this hellish, suffocating situation, the warrior's optimism is truly reassuring. What did you just say? The warrior's eyes glitter as staring off at somewhere I can't see. After we get out, I want to try being an idol. With a face like this, I'd be a hit. I'd never age, I wouldn't need to... well, you know. Perfect idol material! The doll lets out a click-click laugh. The warrior is ridiculous in the most ridiculous way. Thinking about idols while everyone's falling apart is either madness or brave blindness. But somehow his childish hope cuts through the gloom. I'd like that idea. Before I knew it, I had agreed. You can let go now. Alright. I release the warrior's wrists, and a genuine smile slips out. And why doesn't your expression ever change? This body is a doll's body after all. No matter how much I laugh or scream or cry, the face doesn't change. I spent ages in front of a mirror earlier. The warrior treats it like a casual complaint, which makes it harder to read. I tried sticking my tongue out, making silly faces. I made every expression I could think of, but the reflection didn't move. Couldn't they have put a little more care into making it? Couldn't they have given me 6 arms instead? The warrior raises both hands, and wiggles them in a meaningless flourish. The warrior's mouth doesn't move when speaking. 6 arms. I used to win staring contests all the time. Now I can't even compete. It's annoying. Yeah, a perfectly blank face staring back at you will kill anyone's grin. If I were trapped in a body, without warmth, heartbeat, or expression, what would I be like? I cannot know. We always judge others by ourselves. Our fears color everything we imagine. I find myself imagining him in the worst possible light. Maybe that's because I'm the fragile one here. More. We'll talk in order now. I decide to start with the hero. Pair of glowing... I didn't start with the hero. It's clearly meant to go in order from top to bottom. But I didn't, because I want to talk to the priest. A pair of glowing blue eyes turns towards me. I don't expect a normal conversation, but I should at least try. Hero. I step into the shadows of the cave, closing the distance between us. In the dim light, I notice the hero is chewing on something. Food? My mouth goes dry, my stomach knots. Survival first, questions later. What are you eating? I try to ask, not sure if the hero would even bother to answer. The hero stays silent, and crouches down in the corner. Just as I'm about to give up, the hero turns the head and meets my eyes. Yes! Hero brightens and thrusts something green toward me. Moss. Has the hero been eating moss? Yes! The hero nudges it closer. Does the hero really expect me to eat this too? Sure. I grit my teeth and shove the moss into my mouth. Delicious. Not so much. It's just moss and it tastes like it. Damp earth and bitter forest flood my tongue. Wet, fuzzy, chokingly green, and it won't go away. Ugh. Before I can even react, it pops back out. My brain is screaming. This isn't food, not food. It isn't reason talking, it's pure instinct deep down in my soul. Sorry, I can't swallow it. And what if, in some 1 in a billion chance, this stuff is actually delicious? Packed with nutrients, maybe enough to keep me alive here forever. Then maybe I'd consider living off moss for the rest of my life. Yes. The hero looks a little disappointed. Guess the hero wasn't trying to trick me. I appreciate the gesture, but that moss taste was unbearable. Fuzzy. The shock of the texture nearly made me forget why I'm here. Right. Back to business. Time to talk to the hero. What's going on here? Yes! Yes, what? That's useless. I'll need to ask differently. Were you attacked by some powerful monster? No. So it's only yes or no. Like questioning a genie bound to single words. I won't get much detail out of this. Then, hero, are you okay? Yes! Good, I guess. Let's take that as a positive sign. Is it really safe to stay? No. The hero shakes head sharply. I expected as much, but the hero's reaction looks genuine. Is the hero non-binary? They've avoided pronouns for the hero. They've used like any way to not use pronouns. I guess like in fantasy stories, because they want the hero to be ambiguous, the hero is ambiguous, which I approve. Do you have any reason you can't stay here? Yes! The hero nods furiously. Maybe there's a danger only he sees. Well, I spoke too soon! Don't I look fucking stupid? Brr, 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 brr. Maybe there's a danger only he senses. Or maybe it's his sense of duty. If I stay, something bad will happen? Yes. The hero's blue eyes tremble with the sorrow without being able to speak some. The hero knows. I can see it. Even I don't know what. Then we have to find a way out. Yes! Our goal is set. Back to the ground. Somehow. What if... What do we do now? What if there's no way out? If my comrades' sacrifices were in vain? If the hero falls here too, then every last hope for this world dies. No. Seeing me sink, the hero shakes heads sharply. The hero grips my shoulder with a firm, resolute hand. Those blazing eyes cut through the darkness inside me. No. Again, the hero shakes head, eyes burning, as if telling me not to give in. Yes! There's only...
I wonder if the he was just translation error. Because, like, they really otherwise seem like they're intentionally avoiding pronouns for the hero.
There's only one path. Back the way we came. The death road my comrades paved with their lives. No matter what, we have to fight our way to the ground. What comes after, we'll deal with then. Even stripped of everything. The one standing before me still embodies hero. In those bright blue eyes, I find a flicker of hope. And so, we step into the dungeon, swallowed by endless dark and heavy with death. Can you even understand me? Hero only answers with yes or no. No wonder I'm starting to doubt everything. I lock eyes with the hero and test it. Yes! Ah, yeah. I got it. The hero understands me. Whether the hero can speak more, that's a different story. A reply is a reply. I'll take what I can get. The hero keeps chewing on the moss, jaw rolling slow and steady. But if the hero's words are just noise, the truth is, there's no will left at all. I end up imagining the worst. Say something if you understand. Yes! Don't say anything. Right. The hero is listening. The hero just can't go beyond those two words. They call the hero the strong, silent type, but is it born of nature? I mutter it under my breath. After what happened to the others, it's easy to wonder if the hero lost something too. No. The reply is curt, almost cold. Is the hero answering the doubt in my head? Or did the hero actually catch my whisper? In the caves is hush. A single word hangs in the air, echoing off the stone. I make up my mind to speak with the mage. Of the four, the mage is the only one I can actually talk to. The answer is obvious. Mage, I need the full picture. A sensible choice. The others, you'd get nothing out of them. The fact you came to me, that's almost a relief. At least you still sound like someone who can think straight. The mage's voice drops, with clouded eyes drifting aside. I don't need to press. The mage's meaning is clear enough. So, what is it you want to know? I've already told you nearly everything I can. What's going on here? We piece together what happened to each of them, and the toll it's taken. The truth of this place, why it exists, what really happened, remains hidden. The questions keep pressing. What happened here? What did you go through? You know how to kill a witch? The mage lets out a faint, bitter laugh. Magic comes from the heart. With vampires, you drive a wooden stake through it. Witches are no different. I was struck down, a stake driven through my heart. If I weren't an archmage, I'd have died on the spot. But the price was all magic I had. My power's gone. Now I'm nothing more than a village girl. It's pathetic, really. For the next millennia, I'll crawl through life as nothing but a powerless human. The mage's cloudy eyes sink lower, shadows of fragility and resignation pulling within.
I do honestly like the writing. The writing is very descriptive. It's very appropriate for the setting. Like, I know the translation is a little rough here and there, but the writing, honestly, seems solid. I don't know. I don't think it's machine translated. I don't feel like machine translated would hit the atmosphere of the writing the same way it should be, but who knows? It didn't say it was. It just said it was a work in progress. It's not Moriment's level bad. Moriment's like almost just like reading a summary, like a bad summary. All the dialogue is just like a summary of a character speaking.
Yet deep inside, wisdom lingers, layered like the rings of an ancient tree. Why push yourself to the brink? Then let you live. The mage says they were almost annihilated, yet none of them truly died. The monsters that struck them vanished without a trace. Exactly. I think the attacker understood Hero's blessing. Hero's blessing? Never heard of that before. And not for this desperate situation. Ordinary people like me aren't supposed to brush shoulders with heroes, let alone their secrets. We, the hero's party, are immortal. We made a pact with the Reaper. As long as the world's crisis endures, even if we fall, we revive, locked in the state we were at the moment of death. If I were to kill myself now, I'd just come back looking exactly like this. Even if I starved, I'd revive starving. Again and again. Better to end it early and reset while I still have the strength to move. The thought of it makes my stomach knot. But I face death with such resolve. Or worse, am I already bound to their party without even knowing it? Some call it the hero's blessing. You know it exists, but live long enough and you'll find out eventually. That's why our enemy didn't finish us off. Killing us outright is pointless. Instead, they pinned us here. Half dead, able to move on. That's how you deal with the undying. We weren't spared. We were kept alive on purpose. If I were them, I'd have done the same. Mage's words trail into a quiet sigh. Whoever understands their weakness this well is still out there, waiting in this dungeon of death. If we try to escape, we'll run straight into them again. Hope of survival slips further away. Still, the hero's blessing is a gift from the Reaper? I'd have thought it'd come from some god of light, or an angel at least. I mutter, shaking my head hard as if to scatter the despair clawing at me. The question is meaningless, but it keeps me from breaking. No matter whether it's the god of light or angels, human deaths barely concern them. Their job is to wait until the world ends, and guide souls to heaven. So if humans die in mass, real headache falls on the Reapers. Too much fairies, right? The mage smirks, tilting the Joker card in hand with the same defiant arrogance from the previous days as Archmage. Is it really safe to stay? If we could live here, maybe there'd still be a chance to find hope. After all, we might not be the last survivor on the surface. If we just hold on, perhaps a turning point will come. Don't be naive. This is slow suicide. Even if the hero is eating, there's barely anything here to eat. Well, at least you brought some fresh meat. That might keep us going for a little while. The mage lets out a dry laugh. Who willingly sacrifices themselves anyway? What do we do now? So what do we do next? I blurted out. The future. The mage fidgets with the brim of the hat, clearly impatient. Yeah, like the 5 of us teaming up to get out of here? It's the only plan that makes sense. Out here, we couldn't count on anyone coming to rescue us. You can forget that. Right now, the only ones still ready for a fight are the hero and you. I'd be dead weight. The warrior is useless too. Unless we find better weapons, there's no hope. There's a way, but it's basically a gamble. Staying here is slow suicide, but at least we still have fighters like you. Considering that, I guess the most sensible thing is to just hang out here and pass the time playing cards. Of course, the hero might think differently. The mage sighs. Her murky eyes already resigned, speaking more plainly than words could. If you insist on bringing everyone out, I do have a plan with a decent chance of success. I'll tell you later. If you'd want to play it safe, wouldn't you? The others, they're not acting normal, are they? Just sitting here for a moment makes me feel like I'm about to break. If I had a proper knife, maybe I'd scream and stab you a few times. That desperate. Kidding. I don't lose control like that. Been alive too long to break down. The mage's smile is withered as dead wood, with the hopelessness around. The priest. Terrifying. Just a few words from the priest and you feel insane. Always with the weird rituals. The mage's gaze drifts to the far corner of the cramped room. There, the priest kneels in deep concentration, chanting some obscure prayer. It is unsettling. The warrior, always a freak. Maybe that's why the warrior's face is frozen. It becomes even creepier now. And the warrior keeps staring into that mirror. In the other corner, the warrior's eyes stay glued to the mirror in his hands. The warrior's sudden transformation might explain some odd behavior, but this is excessive. As for the hero keeps chewing on some strange thing. All the hero ever says is yes or no. How are you supposed to have a conversation with that? You can't hold a proper talk. Across the room, the hero mechanically drops a green sphere into the mouth, motionless, almost inhuman. And me? Every time I lie down to sleep, the stake in my chest presses against me. It's a constant reminder. The stake, this cruel reality. So I sleep sitting up. Even then, if I tilt my head, I still see it right away. The mage's faint whispers almost dissolve into the darkness. The slight shadow of the mage's body, the delicate fingers brushing against the stake, makes my chest tighten. Without the comrades I rely on, without my power, this is the first time in all these long years I truly feel helpless. I feel like a little girl again, reaching for something I can never hold. That helplessness. It feels familiar. Such long forgotten memories. Being just an ordinary girl can be so lonely, so insecure. I reach out on impulse, wanting to comfort the mage, then hesitate. The mage looks as fragile as glass. One wrong move and the mage might shatter. I'm here with you. And what difference does that make? The mage's blunt reply knocks the wind out of me. Of course, we are strangers. I'm hardly strong enough to change anything here. I'm sorry. Frustration wells up. Even if I want to comfort the mage, I need to be more careful. The mage's quiet sigh drifts over. Well, I know you mean well. I appreciate the thought. Thank you. But you need to be comforted in return just to comfort someone. It's better not to speak at all. At least, be like a doll. Provide a calm presence. Right now, I'm not even as reliable as a doll. The mage's words cut like the stake in chest, sharp, piercing. Maybe the stubbornness is all the mage has left? The dungeon's depths are hostile. It's impossible to live here long term. 5 of us breaking out together. That's about as likely as climbing the sky. Right? Oh my god. Right now, the 2 strongest fighters are the hero and me, and that truth sits heavy. Besides, there's one fact only I know. On the surface, there is no longer any force able to stand against the Demon King. The more I think about it, the deeper my despair grows. Even so, the hero, the warrior, still lit a spark of hope in me. After a long moment of thought, I go to the mage slumped against the wall. The mage said there may be a way. The mage is the only one with a clear head who understands more than most. For that reason, the mage's plan seems the most likely to actually work. I step up to the mage and ask about the plan. The mage lifts the clouded eyes to meet mine, shrugs, and lets out a weary sigh. Your eyes, they're just like the warriors, like the heroes. I thought you and I might have been the same kind of person. Another sigh, this one heavier. Honestly, I don't think we'll succeed. Maybe if you go alone, there's a chance you'll make it out. The mage raises a single finger, gaze dropping, voice flat. We still have the strength to fight, but dragging along those of us who've lost our power, or our sanity, that's nearly impossible. So you can only take one. Protect a single person with everything you've got. That's your best bet. My recommendation is the hero. He may not be able to speak, but unlike the warrior or me, his power hasn't fallen off as sharply. He's the one who still has the most left in him. As for the priest, well, you've seen him. His strength is intact. But the mind? Not so much. Spend too long talking to the priest on the way up, and you'll break before reaching the ground. A tired, bitter smile tugged at her lips. Maybe the mage had already been worn down by the priest's madness during the time here. If it were just retracing our steps, the hero's diminished power combined with mine might be enough. For a moment, hope flickers back to life. Then the mage douses it cold. In dungeon expeditions, way back is usually worse than the way in. Your strength is already spent. Monsters that slept before will wake. Traps reset with time. That's why we normally use a return spell. But this time, that's not an option. You ready for that? The mage's warning drags my spirits down again. Does the mage really have to say it now, of all times? I want to argue, but what good would that do? And still, without the mage's reminder, I might have let my guard down and died here. Who you take is up to you. After all, this was your idea. With that, the mage shoves the choice into my hands. Maybe, as it was said from the start, the mage never believed we'd succeed at all.
Oh, we cannot take the priest yet. Hero of justice, excels in both the strength needed to wield a sword, and the arcane power of magic. And the sanity doesn't decrease, but in return, sanity-based checks become far more difficulty. The warrior is born for battle, rushing into reckless charges without regard for own safety. But the warrior's mostly crucial strength has already faded. Still, the warrior's hands remain skilled, and when it comes to choosing weapons, perhaps. The mage who has lost all magic, quick and nimble, but in battle, the mage is not of much use. Still, the mage can help avoid traps, uncover hidden shortcuts, and use the knowledge to guide our adventurer. I'll go with the hero, for now. Choose hero and explore the dungeon?
Yes!
Are you sure you want to choose the hero?
Yes! After a moment's hesitation, I invite the hero. Yes! The hero answers me at once, with voice ringing out. The hero's blue eyes still shine with that same light. And yet, these glowing eyes feel strangely familiar. Or maybe it's just my imagination. So you chose the hero. The mage's voice snaps me out of my thoughts. The others are busy, some swinging their blades, others deep in prayer. The hero wasn't always like this. Talking to the hero now is nearly impossible, so let me explain. Those who take on the hero's role are usually all-rounders. In short, they can do just about anything. This one's no exception. The hero is capable of just about everything. The hero stares blankly in our direction. The hero's blue eyes are as deep as the sea, but there's nothing to read in them. Looking at the hero, I don't think a danger mental should be worried about. Either the hero broke long ago, or there's something hiding. I can't say which. If only my detection spell still worked, I'd know the hero's condition in an instant. A shadow crosses the mage's face, which always provides a dependable impression, but whenever it comes to magic, the mage's voice loses its certainty. If all goes well, we'll meet again on the ground. With that, the mage watches us leave. In the suffocating dark comes a faint creak. I push the door open for a second time, and yet my heart feels no different from the first. Hope. That single word flares within me. It seems the enemies really have scattered. Only silence remains, smothering every corner. If we make too much noise, monsters will gather. For now, only stray weaklings may wander close. I stare into the pitch-black void. The darkness we once crossed together, now it's just the hero and me. The thought sends a chill down my fingertips. This is fear. My trembling hand tightens around the hilt of my sword. Yes! The hero swings the blade with spirit, cutting the air with a whoosh. Hero, aren't you afraid at all? Bitterness wells up in me. Compared to someone who could be a hero, what am I but an ordinary person? Such a gulf lies between us. I stop the thought. No, I don't. It gets cut short. The hero shuffles towards an earthen jar. Hero? Yes! The hero hoists the jar high into the air. No time for a dramatic slow-motion scene. Crash. The jar shatters in dazzling ruin. The crisp sound echoes through the silent dark. Hero, what the hell are you doing? Yes! From the depths of the dark, shadows begin to stir awake. No strong monsters will come by, but that sound will draw them for sure. Come on. I can't begin to guess what the hero is thinking. Maybe the hero knows my fear. Maybe the hero just wanted to say, don't be afraid. No. The hero smashes the chest beside the jar to pieces as well. Choose experience or choose safety. Every choice you make will determine life or death. I mean, I only have it here. That's 7 uses. Ranged attack, deals 6 magic damage to an enemy, applies 2 stacks of fire. Take damage at the end of turn and consume 1 stack. Deals double damage to block. So it is a bit of a card game. I lied earlier. Because I do have a deck, it looks like. I mean, this is just as much damage, but like... I can't use it. Usable after 2 turns. Oh. I could just kill. I feel like taking the weapon, it's hitting me for 9 next turn. I could just kill now. I feel like also getting weapons is like useful. Maybe taking damage is not useful though. If adventure means diving into the unknown, then a door with no destination is the greatest truth. This is where I am.
These are monster battles.
A dizzying, colorful mist fills the corridor ahead. The lead of choosing this path is already clear beyond any need for words.
Keep moving. This -1. A power that causes distortions in the dungeon. It naturally gathers mainly when a weapon breaks. It allows you to warp outcomes that would normally occur, such as avoiding a boulder that should fall on your head, or the contents of a treasure chest changing to something else. We want curses. So I keep it.
Every breath feels like my throat is being corroded by fire. Agonized groans mixed with heavy, labored gasps, my throat rasping out hoarse. Yes! 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 The hero seems remarkably composed, really worthy of his title. A journey of just a few dozen steps feels like as long as a journey of just a few dozen steps feels as long as thousands of miles. Breaking through the thick smoke and breathing in the clean air, the reality of having escaped death truly sinks in.
Few adventurers regret opening a chest, yet countless suffer the regret of leaving one clue. Grants 26 shield, blocks damage, stacks damage, consumes stacks when blocking, resets each turn. Cursor snap to the stealable weapon's progress bar. Wait, what? Cursor snaps to the stealable weapon's progress bar. I don't even know what that means. Break rod. Cannot seize weapons. Cannot crit. Does 8 magic attack and does 8 break damage. Seems like a lot. I don't know what this means, I'm gonna pick it. Cursor snaps to the... Like, did it steal weapons? Stealing weapons seems good. Keep hitting the hook rope. There's no choice. Cursor snaps the stealable weapon's progress bar. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna steal weapon. Oh, I'm not gonna steal weapon. Alright, I stole a weapon. That's what's up. I feel like going straight for this exclamation is probably the most useful thing. Six. Okay, so 6 shield to itself. Oh, the cursor is this thing. Oh, you click 3 times, you attack 3 times? That's fucking huge. I still don't understand. So cursor snaps to the stealable weapons progress bar. Looks like it just looks like a normal progress bar to me. Doing that 3 times is actually like super hard. I just take a potion where I mean, we could just kill. It's 11. Fucking easy.
Store floor creaks ominously. With a deafening crash, the ceiling collapses.
Search for disarmable mechanism. Into the next room. Ability dexterity. Equal set chance either way. Scary.
I managed to deactivate the trap just as the ceiling halts.
I need a heal. Increase cursor range, attack effect +5. Your next hit on the target triggers 1.5 times effect. This is very Slay the Spire. Are you skipping it? Great. What does attack effect +5 mean? Does it mean it adds 5 to my attacks? Or effects becomes ×2 plus 5 damage? I'm gonna try it. Oh, I give something +5 attack. This already is hitting for like 1 billion. And this is that. I feel like it's. I don't know. This makes it +15 damage throughout the. That seems really good. I feel like they just like one-shot things if I do this. They all got free anyway. Yeah, that feels like. Oh.
Living corpse. It has high durability and attack power, but its movements are slow. If I can create an opening, deliver decisive blow to its vital spot. Hero, create an opening for me. Yes!
I feel like I want to just like swing Iron Sword till break, and then I freaking tail whip. Cursor snaps to stealable weapons progress bar. I like literally don't know what that means. Oh, we took something though. Stiletto ignores target block. Cursor speed decreases, can attack 2 times. Huge.
Having driven off that living corpse, I finally let out a sigh of relief. However, the tension that held me together during the fight slackened once it was over. I unconsciously assume this room holds no more threats. Click. A light sound comes from under my feet. Then, the price of my carelessness rushes towards me from the side wall. I don't manage to react. No, perhaps it's because that arrow is simply too fast. This trap is cleverly designed with the sole purpose of piercing the head of whoever triggers it in a single shot. My mind keeps racing, stretching the perception of time with each frantic thought. Yet even as my life flashes before my eyes, time refuses to halt its march. And so, the arrow, just like that, heads towards my head. Just as it's about to pierce through, a dark figure steps in front of me. Hero? It was a classic arrow trap. The hero stepped in to shield me when I flinched at the sound of the arrow cutting through the air, and now has one lodged deep in their head. Yes! Don't just give me a yes. That clearly looked like a fatal wound, doesn't it? Is this also the effect of the hero's blessing? As long as the hero doesn't die instantly, it seems their movements aren't hindered in the slightest. The hero pulled out the arrow with a pop, tossed it aside, and stuck a moss ball on their head. Are you sure you're okay with just that? Yes! The hero is already bouncing around. No matter how severe the injury, applying medicine instantly cures it all. Hero, really fearsome. Thank you for saving me. Before I get too lost in thought, I make sure to properly express my gratitude. No matter how special the hero may be, the fact remains that they risked their life to protect me. The hero seemed happy to be thanked, hopping around with a smile on their face, bouncing around right after taking an arrow to the head. Are they really okay? They must be. Probably. Because they're a hero. Or perhaps, in their own way, the hero is trying to be considerate. The one being protected would naturally feel guilty, so the hero acts overjoyed and pretends not to feel any pain to ensure the person they saved doesn't feel like a burden. The hero always has a smile on their face, helping people as if it's nothing. That's the role of a hero, so they can't show any weakness. That's what being a hero means. It must be tough, being a hero. I muttered those words without thinking, staring deeper into the dungeon. Only the onlooker can decide what lies within the unspoken heart of the hero. I wonder what those who become heroes think and feel as they live. Will I be able to understand even a fraction of what's in their heart during this adventure? Yes, yes, yes! As I pondered absent-mindedly, the hero kept bouncing around. Maybe the hero's saying the adventure is just beginning. Or let's go, or it'll be fine. Something like that. Even if we don't need words, I'm sure we can understand each other, right? Holding on to that thought for now, I just keep moving forward.
Boy. I don't need to rest. I want treasure. Oh, there's 2? Wait, why did this stay? I thought it broke. Oh, which progress bar you hit determines which... Oh my fucking god, there's a left and right progress bar, and that determines which enemy you hit. That's insane to me. And you can hit both if you... Oh, if you hit the overlap, you hit both? Big money. Oh my god, gaming? I'm something of a gamer. I think I should just get the... I don't understand. Cursor snaps to the stealable weapons progress bar. That has meant literally nothing to me so far. Oh, I forgot that I can't attack twice with this. It's fine. I think I can still kill this. Cannot crit. I don't understand what this means.
What new secrets await if I chase after it?
Not to read. Oh, we love a good 50-50. Ooh! Easy game.
The light seems to lead me here. Could what's here be useful in this dark adventure? Or utterly useless? What exactly is that light? A trick of my adventurer's instincts? Or a real guiding spirit? A fairy, perhaps?
Pick a card? What happens to my card if I pick it? Oh, I just get it? Still don't understand hook rope. I mean, it seems good. I'm just gonna pick up another hook rope. Because it seems like the best weapon of the bunch. I get its attack like changes though. Sometimes it's like 1. Deal 9 dex damage to an enemy. Cursor snaps. Oh, it's based off whose turn it is. Ah. Maybe the magic one is better because it's like 1, 2, 3. 9 damage. I'm just gonna get the hook.
You obtained hook rope.
Another hook rope? I feel like fire rod is wrong.
You obtained fire rod.
Oh, I got so many weapons. I still don't understand. I like literally just realized now when I was like, why is sometimes it only hits for 3 and sometimes it hits for 9s? Because it switches. Well, that's so much damage. Maybe I should just kill it with Tail Whip. Second one. I don't really quite understand. 14 damage. I feel like I should have just gone for. I got so many silhouettes. I could have just like broken them. This should kill, right? No. Yeah. No. It's 28 damage. But I don't wish to die. Kill now? That's... I actually don't understand. This combat system or card system is actually kind of really interesting. It's like, because you get, it's not deck building necessarily, because you kind of like grab weapons and you want to like use them up because it's good and strong to do so. Two enemies? 3 enemies? 3 baddies? I'll try the 3 baddies. Yeah, these look straightforward enough. Does that bar mean like I can hit multiple of them if I hit it in between? Is that what it looks like? Yeah, it sure does. So I understand how they do AoE weapons. That's so clever. That's tremendously clever. Dodge the attack? What the fuck? You're allowed to do that?
Figure hangs in a cell-like room. A desperate plea halts my steps. Another survivor? Impossible. Even if it's a trap, I just can't ignore it. I know it's a trap. Better to risk it than have guilt later. I rush forward and free him. No thanks. Just a dark silhouette lunges at me. Yeah, I fucking figured. So the hook rope, I kind of get, like, when it breaks, it, like, pauses the cursor, but I still don't understand the other effects. Unless that's, like, part of the one destroy. I don't know. Giants, be dirty, you know. Oh, I'm poisoned? Oh! That was so much damage. I don't think there's anything I could have done there. In the silence, where everything has ended, footsteps echo, one step then another. A shadow appeared beside the corpse and whispered with theatrical flair. Oh, Cable, what a shame it is for you to die. Shadow looks down, mocking the cold remains. But one could say this is only the natural consequence of making the wrong choice. To go on an adventure with someone else, when you had someone like me. It is my power that you need, isn't it? Now, take my hand. Let us begin this adventure again from the very beginning. With none other than me. With the great power. To think that even in this predicament, you still refuse to take the hand of the great power. Very well then. I shall wait for the moment you finally take my hand. I will wait for you forever. Yes, forever. I kinda really do want to. Oh. So this is how you, like, change your builds? Oh, and this is how you start with more items. Oh, fascinating. I can't see how much these cost, but I assume it's just 10. Yeah, I think the Leto. Oh, this is a fascinating system. This is so clever.
We should just leave the irons. The dex weapons aren't very good for Hero. Hero does not have very high dex. I mean, tail up is just strong. We should just grab the tail.
The wandering curse drifts towards death's domain.
Like, super leveling up. Oh, we still have to win with Hero? Where's the wait? Alright. Oh, we lose all of our curse at the start anyways? I could have just kept spending it. I thought you could save it. Alright, this game is actually super sick. Can I not save here? It's fine. I'm really tired. It's late. This game is... like, it's a little rough. Like, the menus and stuff don't always kind of super work. Honestly, this logo is terrible. Why is the E pink? And then why is the... No, the pixels are the same thing. I don't know. The art for this is just like not the same quality as the art of everything else. But this game is so cool. I'm definitely sold. This is very, very interesting and cool. I didn't get to any of the demos. I'll try to get them tonight. I'm really tired. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Bye.